this first character, remember, shao, a few, a little, okay? For example, you can see it here in the word for chao. This is in every lesson at the back part, okay? So, for example, these characters, these radicals we're going to see today, the first part are from lesson number 8, okay? And then we will be reviewing from lesson number 1 to 7. So this one, chao, you can see here very easily the radical for shao, a few, a little, okay? Another example here, chao, which means to fry, something fried. For example, chao mian. These are fried noodles. Again, you can see the radical shao. Another one, something that we already know. Good. The main measure word is the most common measure word. Esta es la palabra de medida más habitual. And we're going to have here the radical for person that you already know, and also one vertical stick. Tin, this one is for gold or metal, okay? For example, we can see it in many, many words referring to some objects. For example, here you have some little drawings to help you to remember this radical, okay? Most of the times we're going to see it like the one on the left, sorry, on the right, okay? Because this one is the most common one. The first one is only used to express gold or something that is a metal, okay? So, for example, a very common word, something that we have already studied in the class, qian, qian. This is the word for money, okay? And here at the beginning, you can see this radical, which is gold or metal, okay? Another one that we've seen lately is this one, kou, which means mouth, okay? This is the one for mouth. It reminds us to mouth, so it's not very difficult to know this. And we can find it, for example, in the word for to be called, jiao. Remember how to say 我叫, me llamo, my name is, okay? This could be this 叫 verb. Another one, for example, for stone, 石, okay? This example comes from the book. And this one, 出口, exit, okay? The word for name, 名字. Remember, now we have the whole package, okay? 你叫什么名字? How you are called, or this is literally, or in English we say, what's your name? In Spanish, ¿cómo te llamas? Okay, so this is the easy way to say what is your name in Chinese, okay? For example, the verb to speak, 说, here we have it, and also the radical for word, okay? We were studying last week when we were preparing for the exam. We were studying this radical also, okay? Here we have it, 说, 说. So now we know many of the radicals here, okay? Because, for example, this one is number 8, but the other way around, we have here the word for the radical for word, okay, this meaning. And here, earth would be sun, or also legs, okay? Este es el que yo os decía siempre, las patitas, ¿no? Porque parecen ahí como unas piernitas. And, of course, the one for mouth, okay? So, here you can see some examples of these mouth radical, okay, in different characters. And now we're going to review a little bit, because we've seen many radicals these days and from the beginning of the course. So I hope that you remember, okay? I will be reviewing one by one. Please pay attention. And if you need, remember, if you need to see the video more times, you have the opportunity to review and to study well these contents, because some exercises later will be based on these contents, okay? So remember, few, little. Okay, this one we see today. And the measure word, okay, generic measure word. This is the radical for mouth. This one is to see, okay. Mountain, small, and pool, the negative particle, okay. These ones, we already have seen them. They are from previous lessons, okay. Now the radical for moon or meat, okay. And this one is for heart. Zhong, this one means middle, okay. For example, 中国. And the last one, person. We continue with this number 7. Remember, if you move your head 90 degrees, you will realize that this one is number 7, okay? So it's not so difficult to remember. And here we have sun. We talked about this one a little bit earlier. And this one is very confusing because as you realize, these 3 other radicals are very similar in some aspects. But the main difference you can see are in some little strokes. So please pay attention. The best way to make a difference between very similar Chinese characters is, yes, to put them together and then realize which are the slight differences, okay? That way you are able to make a difference in the future with no trouble. So here we can see some slight differences, for example, here, okay, between sun, small table, and also for number 9 with the small table, okay? We have some small differences, but very important because in Chinese, they are absolutely different. We continue with this one, water, okay? If you have done the HSK 1 exam, as we did last week for some classes, or maybe the Edmodo little test that I put there for you, you will know this character, water. Remember that we have the one in the left. On the left, we have the word for water, the character for water, but on the right, we have the radical for water. This is very common, okay? Many words, many characters that has to do with water, or some, for example, some names of cities and so on. They use this radical, okay, for water. And now the one for woman, okay? You know this one. Le, this le radical, baby born, okay? But as we have seen in the class, we have many different uses and it is very common, okay? This radical is important to remember that. And the one for big, okay? Big, like a person that wants to be very big or bigger, okay? We continue with this one, east, okay? And this one, west. And it is very interesting because east, dong, and west, xi, in Chinese form the word for thing, dongxi, dongxi, okay? The word for thing. And the one in the middle, I, the pronoun, personal pronoun I, okay? Some other characters, number 4, si, okay? We also have the word for book, which is shu. Remember the tone, because I always have to remember this to some students. Shu. Number 5, wu, okay? This one is water, and the radical for word, okay? And this last part is closer to what we've been reviewing today. The one for gold or metal, which is jin, okay? And kou, the radical for mouth.